Absolutely massive win for West Ham. Fulham 0, West Ham 1. We did it. I feel sick to my stomach. I want to throw up, mate. I'm happy, but that my heart is still beating 100 miles an hour, mate.
Yeah, mate. That we really needed that win tonight. It's one of them games. You don't care how it goes. You want to play well, I know, but a 1-0 win away from home when you're fighting at the bottom of the table, you're going to take it. You think that things ain't going to go our way. I mean, we're talking a little bit about the game. You know, we started off really well. You know, Tatty had a strike on goal after about 30, 40 seconds. And you think, is that going to be the tempo we've set for the game where we're just going to go for it? And then we sort of sat back. We invited them on. Yeah. We was panicking. We was playing long balls. And then obviously you got the penalty shout where I can't see how that's not given as a penalty. I'm surprised that VAR haven't said to the ref, look, you need to go and have a look at this and make the decision, because for one, his arm's out, he's leant into it. Now, if you can be given offside by a shoulder, then you can give handball for it holding on the shoulder. And it didn't even hit him on the shoulder, it hit him there. So to me, that's handball. So you think
they do this sleeve rule in it, is it? And this is the confusing thing. I think it should be a body part because sleeves can go up and down, but because it's
if they're going to give sleeves, then put all the West Ham players in long sleeves, because they'll never give a fucking penalty, then will they? It's ridiculous. I mean, you can see the look on Iwobi's face. He was panicking because he even thought, because you can just see the way he's got his eyes on the ball. He can header it, but he's just put his arm out and it's hit him. It's handball. Like any other club in this country gets that. I'm telling you, it's just when you're down the bottom, it's everything seems to go against you. But look, we dust ourselves down. You know, we go again. We sort of. It was hard, you know. Fernandez was very lucky. You know, he could have been given a red card tonight, you know, for 2 yellows. Very lucky with that second one. But when you look at it, once again, he kicked Fernandez. So you can sort of see common sense there why the ref hasn't given yellow. But on any other day, that could have been given as, you know, we could have lost Fernandez for a game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think had it come down to that, I mean, I think it's a West Ham free kick, but you're right. In the speed of things, the fact that he's given a free kick, which I don't think it weren't a free kick, because like you said, he's kicked Fernandez, but because he's given that, he could have easily gone and done a second yellow on that, which I felt like the way the guy was reffing the game, I thought he was so poor. It seemed like he was itching to make a big decision, and fair play to him, because he didn't. Like all the pens that shouts, he didn't give us pens because they had some as well. The red card, like he actually showed a bit of restraint, because it seemed like he was itching to make the big decision because he was poor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the only saving grace that if Fernandez would have been sent off for 2 yellows, he'd have only missed the FA Cup game. So he'd have been back for the league game against City. But look, this is a huge win for us tonight, because you've seen what City have done at the Etihad tonight. You know, great point for them. You know, puts the pressure on Spurs tomorrow night. Now we're only a point behind them, 3 points behind Leeds now. So yeah, the gap's closing, but we was out of that relegation zone for 14 minutes. That's all we was out of that relegation zone for. But it felt good. It was a good 14 minutes, believe me. It's like you could have a little bit of fresh air again for a little while. But no, that's a big win against a tough Fulham team. I know, obviously, Wilson missing was a big boost for us. But yeah, I thought Tadibo coming back in looked solid. You know, Mavropanos being dropped, people say it was harsh. You know, I think after the Liverpool game, it was either out of him and Disasi. You know, and Mavropanos is the one that's been dropped. But yeah, Tadibo come in, looked solid. You know, won a few challenges, good headers.
He gets down so quickly. Like he comes across. Like every time, like he'll be on the right, but there's a player coming down the left, and he'll just bomb it across and go and put the tackle in.
Yeah,
rapid.
Wan-Bissaka and Juve once again up and down. You know,
Wan-Bissaka stood up big at the end, mate. Some of them tackles he put in towards the end of the game was huge.
Yeah, Jared Bowen stepped it up tonight. Somerville as well. Souček, once again, just doing what he does in midfield, breaking up play, winning the headers in our box, and then you've got Callum Wilson up top. He didn't really have much to feed off in the game, really. He had a couple of half chances. He had the one where he's taking it first time, edge of the box, hit it over. And then he obviously had that dive. Well, he didn't really know what to do, did he? He didn't know whether to header it or volley it. He sort of got caught in between. But Tatty worked his socks off once again, putting himself about. We thought he'd give away a penalty at one point, didn't we? But once again, that's the good thing about VAR. I know we do moan about VAR sometimes, but, on another day, if we ain't had VAR, the ref gives that penalty, and that could cost us, our Premier League status, a result like that.
Scott said pen all day, but I don't see how he's saying that.
No. I thought he was talking about that, but he didn't. He commented, he quote tweeted the handball one.
Oh,
because I thought he said, what's he talking about? Fucking penalty. Yeah. But no, I read it again, and he actually was talking about the Fulham, the handball. So, but yeah, as for the goal, mate, obviously Leno's made a mistake. Bowen's closed them down, forced a mistake. Somerville's got the ball, and great composure for him to drop his shoulder, leave the defenders, and then to have the composure to score from there. Great finish. And yeah, the main man stuck it in, and he's won us the game.
Yeah, I mean, Somerville, again, the run he is on is brilliant. And Bowen, I've given credit because I think Bowen, again, had a bit of a frustrating game. But that pressing that he's been doing that we saw against Liverpool, that me and you was talking about the other day, has paid off today. I mean, Leno, like I said, he's come right out, and Bowen acted quickly, responded quickly, and that's what Bowen can do. He can have one of them games, but he's in them spots when to capitalise on mistakes.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And look, Bowen's obviously, he wants to score goals, but he's got another part to his game, and that's chasing it down, causing defenders to make mistakes, looking to win the ball. But yeah, as I said, Somerville, great finish from him. And then it's sort of like you think you're just sitting back, and the problem is with watching West Ham this season is that we've conceded so many late goals. You had a feeling that it was coming, but look, the substitutions, he's brought on Mavropanos. I thought the substitution of Magassa for Wilson was spot on, because we scored not long after that, and it just putting Magassa in midfield and putting Tatty up top, because Callum Wilson, look, he done a lot of running tonight. The problem with Callum Wilson is, look, he's not the Callum Wilson of 5-6 years ago, but, it gives you everything. And, on another night, he could have scored, but it's not working out for him. And with a striker like him, he has to play week in, week out. But yeah, I thought
Magassa was excellent when he come on. Like the interceptions, the tackles he was putting in, he was a breath of fresh air when he come on. Exactly what we needed. He injected that energy, and he's class again from him.
Yeah,
I'm liking him
now
more.
I've got to say as well, like I know he got a bit of stick on Saturday for conceding 5 goals, but Hermansen tonight, that save was massive towards the end. Now, great save. And even when he went up at the end and sort of caught the ball and dropped it, and then you thought the ref was going to give a penalty, but no, it was the right decision. He's obviously gone into Hermansen, which has forced him to drop the ball. But yeah, it's his distribution, as I said on Saturday, when we done post-match pint, or Sunday, whenever it was. I like his distribution. I like the ball at his feet. I feel comfortable when he's got the ball at his feet. He plays it out around the back. But yeah, look, this result, with what we've got coming up, we've got City, Villa, and Wolves. And you see what Wolves done yesterday. They beat Liverpool. They're on a run of form now. They're a few weeks ago, mate, they were dead and buried. They've still got a sliver of a chance that they could get out of it. I think they might be too far behind, but look, if they go unbeaten to the end of the season, who knows? But
we'll see.
This is why it was a big result for us tonight.
Huge, massive. And Corral, thank you for the $4.99 super chat, mate. Told you we'd win. Bloody City, you wait. Pointless for them, but they'll mash us up. Yep, what it's going to be in it. Subs bar Mavro looked poor. and were too late. I mean, we were just saying Magassa was brilliant. What do you mean the subs look poor, mate? But I mean, it's his opinion.
The Traore one, he just come on. He didn't. I don't even think he touched the ball, did he? I think he ran into two of their players, and that was it.
Yeah, he gave away a foul or two.
Nothing.
Yeah. Poor signing. So yeah. And just as we get in, by the way, I'm just I've done my player ratings, which I'm going to come up on. If people know, you might know, I'm on this app Finalysis. Just quickly talk a bit about that. So yeah, I'm on app Finalysis. You may know, you might have seen me on Sky Sports and with Jamie Ara going at it or whatever through Finalysis. And it'd be good to get all of you lot involved. So some social media platforms nowadays can be just horrible places, with some horrible people on it. Fans of people that aren't your clubs. Everyone's trying to troll you and banter you. And all the AI bots and stuff like that. It's been a nightmare. So with Finalysis, they have hubs for each fan base. So it's like you go on here and it's a West Ham space to speak to other West Ham players. You can rate players, managers, referees, which I gave the referee. I gave him a low but fair because he didn't go mad on some of these decisions. So I'll show you my rating, what I gave you in a second. So they're out of 100. The ratings are 1 out of 100, which you kind of like. An 80 isn't the same as an 8 out of 10, right? 8 out of 100 is the same as 80 out of 10. But you get on there, you can comment on mine, you can do yours and compare them. So you can download the Finalysis app. And yeah, you have feeds, polls, other fans, and you might see some other fans, like not just me, you'll see some fans from some other channels. And they do the polls on Sky Sports. So your polls and what you vote on and your ratings, they talk about on Monday Night Football, Super Sunday. So you have a chance to influence what they talk about. So yeah, get in next month. My player ratings, you can start to get in yours over the next month and start to join. And my ratings, here we are. Let's see. I want to see what you think of these, Ryan. I've done these quick because we had to do this. I'm quite conservative with my ratings. So if you can't see that, so I've given Hermansen an 80 out of 100. Which is the same as an 8 out of 10. Like I said, some really good saves there. Diouf had some good crosses, but I don't think one of his best games. 72. Disasi 76. Maybe I'm harsh. I feel like it could be a little bit more, but Tadibo 82. Wan-Bissaka 80. Look, Bowen 77, not his best game. Souček 76. Fernandez 79. Man of the match, Somerville 90. Wilson a 70. And Tatty an 80. I don't know, Ryan. Do you think I've been harsh there?
No, yeah, look, no one below a 7 out of 10 if you're doing it, or 70 out of 100. So yeah, if everyone's at least a minimum 7 out of 10, they've had a good game. But yeah, I agree with Somerville, man of the match. I thought he worked hard today, caused them a lot of problems, took his goal well. Bowen, I think they're spot on there, mate. I think Fernandez, I think Souček had a good game.
You got to leave some room for, because when you look at it, like the game, it was a 1-0 win. It was a huge game, and I got to take the emotion out of it. But at the same time, like we can play better than that. Like for large portions of the game, it was a bit flat and frustrating. And I know we can play better than that. So if you start giving everyone 90s and 95s, what are we gonna do when we smash a team 3-0? So I think I gave Nuno like 79 or something, and the ref 40, which is 4.
I think that, like, on another day, like if we come up against the better team, because Fulham, I was a bit worried about playing Fulham today, to be honest, because like they've been playing really well lately, and like Raul Jimenez usually has a good game against us. He scored the winner against us at the London Stadium earlier in the season, but we kept him quiet tonight. We worked out. Robinson had a good battle against Jared Bowen. Diop, he was all right. Solid at the back for them. But yeah, we've caught them on an off night, which is a good thing for us. So we walk away from Craven Cottage with all 3 points and a clean sheet as well, which is massive, because when you look at the bottom of that table, goal difference could play a huge part come towards the end of the season. I think there's a 4-goal swing now between us and Forest. I think it's 8 between us and Leeds. Spurs are on -5, so we ain't even got to include them in the goal difference because they're miles ahead of us. So
so
it's all about points, and if we can get them points, and look, Forest have shown tonight that if you give a City a game, you can get a result. You look at Wolves, what they done yesterday against Liverpool. I mean, I watched that game, and Wolves were brilliant. They didn't give up. So if we go at City, there's no reason why we can't get anything out of that game. They're going to be fuming because obviously they've dropped points tonight. Arsenal have won, so now there's a 7-point gap. They've got a game in hand. So yes, there's a little gap forming there now. So
just try. That's all we ask.
We have to do it. We have to do it against City. We have to do it when we play Arsenal at home. We've got to go like Villa. Like people about 5-6 weeks ago talking about Villa maybe in the title race. They might not even make Champions League now. They've just been battered at home to Chelsea. They're on a little bit of a downfall at the moment, so it might be a good time to play them. Wolves at home for me is. I look at Wolves at home as a more difficult game than playing Villa away at the moment, and that's a mad thing to say. But
I agree. I actually agree with that. Yeah, it's a mad thing to say, but I actually agree in it. And listen, happy hammers. By the way, everyone, I've got to mention the link will be in the description to the app. It's where you can download it. Use our link, and the link's there. So links in the chat. Click it, download it, give your ratings, comment on these. Get the polls going. So the poll question, by the way, so this is the poll question, and I put it to you, right? So you can go on there. My poll question: will West Ham stay up? You can comment on. You can vote on the poll. After today, the definitive: will West Ham stay up? That's the poll on Finalysis, right? What are you saying? What is your gut for now? It's so hard after an emotional win to try and take your emotions out of it and be like.
I still think it's going to be difficult, but we've given ourselves one hell of a chance, and we're just once again we've got to rely on other teams' results. Spurs lose tomorrow. It's a point. There was one point a few weeks ago where they was like 11 points clear of us, and now it's a point. So I think that if Tottenham do slip into that relegation zone, I don't think they'll get out of it. So. Yeah, I think we will stay up, but it'll be very, very tight, and it'll go down to the last couple of games of the season. But do you know what? If you would have offered me that 6 weeks ago, I probably would have took it.
Oh yeah. I think that win is a tide turner. I think that's a momentum changer. That's huge. So yeah, I'm voting in the poll. Yes, we will stay up. I may come to it, but I just feel to bounce back from getting smashed at Anfield and to get an important win like that over the line, psychologically, it's huge and it's massive. So, yeah, shout out to Finalysis.
I agree there, especially after conceding 5 on Saturday, then keeping a clean sheet in the next game. So, yeah, it's a massive result. And you know what? I think every West Ham fan now will enjoy that result, and I know we're still in the relegation zone, but it's only by goal difference now, so we just need to take that as a positive. And look, we've got an FA Cup break next week, and then we've got City at home, which is going to be difficult. But look, if you see what happened today with Forest, anything's possible. If we can show the heart that they did. They went to the Etihad and done it. We're at home. I know sometimes that ain't a good thing, but yeah, it's going to be difficult. But look, I'm going to enjoy this win. It's been I'm looking forward to the next few weeks.
I'm looking forward to it, and not at the same time. It's going to be agonizing. A quick answer: yes, the Finalysis app is free. It's free. I should have said that. It's free to download. But yeah, I'm going to be the way that game had me. I'm doing a watch along tomorrow for the Palace game. And I'm going to be almost as nervous as I was for today. I'm going to be the biggest Palace fan tomorrow. Oh, because staying up at Tottenham's expense would be glorious. And they've still got a while since their players come back, so their squad is threadbare. They're playing at home where the tension is going to be high amongst the fans, the nerves. it's huge. We just need Palace to do what they can do. They've started to pick up form as well. And then they've got Liverpool away next. They've got Liverpool away, Spurs, right? And then I think they've got Forest coming up, which is going to be huge for us. We might actually want Forest to win that, depending on where things are by that time.
Yeah, Spurs have got Forest next, and I think
they got Palace. Then they got Atletico Madrid, then Liverpool away, then Atletico, then Forest at home. Then Sunderland away, Brighton at home, Wolves away, Villa away.
Palace play Leeds next weekend as well.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge, man. Like Spurs have a hard run of fixtures. We just need to do our job. Okay, we might come out battered and bruised from Man City, but we give it our all, and then we go into the Villa game, and that is a game we can win. With how Villa got smashed tonight. They are real, and the Champions League is. Oh, they're not in Champions League, but Europe is starting up. So
the longer Spurs and Forest stay in Europe, the better for me. I don't care if Spurs get to the final of the Champions League, as long as they don't win it, obviously. But yeah, the longer they're in it, the better for us and Forest as well. So we play one game a week. You know, obviously, apart from the FA Cup, depending on what happened. You know, what do you do with the FA Cup now? Do you sacrifice it on Monday? Do you think to yourself, right, let's go out of it as much as I don't want to? You know, sometimes you just got to think. I mean, Brentford will be a tough game. You know, they're a decent team. Depends what team we put out as well. But, yeah, I'm just...
I would go strong to start, but with the view of see how the game goes and then start bringing off key players if... Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not looking like we're going to win or we are with, like, it's really tough to judge that, isn't it? But I would like to, we're so close to Wembley. Like, it'd be horrible to like just chuck it. But it's at the same time, you're right. The next few games are huge. Maybe certain games. Bowen, I think Bowen's still. I know we rested him in the other cup game, but he still looks like he needs a little bit more rest. He's still looking a little bit tired.
I would give Bowen a rest. I don't want to say drop him. I'd give him a rest for Monday, even if it's on the bench, and we only need him if we have to. But you know, you got. We've been quite lucky. Touch wood, like over the last few, we haven't really picked up key injury apart from Pablo. Everyone else has sort of come through games and that, but Pablo coming back should be back in the next couple of weeks. That'll be massive as well. So
yeah,
there's still a lot to play for, mate. But
yeah, Pablo should be back by Villa, I think.
Yeah, they're talking. They was talking that maybe the City game, but it might come a bit too soon for him. But yeah, Villa game would be massive, and yeah, it's just some big games coming up over the next few weeks. We've obviously got an international break coming up, haven't we, at the end of March? So yeah, and then after that, it's just to the end of the season. The game's going to come thick and fast. But yeah, I'm just glad we're in the mix because 6 or 7 weeks ago, I didn't think we was going to be.
Yeah. Definitely. Honestly, that was such fine margins to us feeling like we are feeling now and feeling like it's over. Because if we drew that, I would have been like, nah, like it's done. But that is great. And that's football for you. Fine margin. Shout out to iDoctor. That for the $9.99 super chat. He hasn't put a message with it, but if you do want to say something, then say something without the super chat. Quickly. But yeah, so happy hammers, mate. We can try and relax. I hate these late night games because I struggle to get to sleep with the adrenaline after the game. But yeah,
a lot better. I'll sleep a lot better tonight knowing we've won.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And then all eyes on Palace Spurs tomorrow. Huge.
Yeah, big.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
I might not even watch it. I might not even look on social media. I might just wait until the full-time result and then have a look. I might just put my phone on airplane mode so there's no WhatsApp messages. No one can tell me. I might watch something soothing like fucking Antiques Roadshow or something. Something, yeah.
Yeah.
And then hopefully I'll look and see Tottenham have lost. Because we said it earlier, didn't we, that the Wolves have won the same amount of home games in a week than what Spurs have since April. It's crazy, isn't it?
That is crazy. Do you remember? I remember when I first heard about Spurs' home record, like in December, and I was shocked to find out they had a worse home record than us. Because remember, we'd won like 2 home games in the entire 2025 or something up until we did start winning. But before Nuno come in, we'd won 2 home games all year, and I was so shocked.
The main thing is earlier I was like thinking to myself, I was thinking, how long have we been in the relegation zone? And as I was thinking that, the commentator said that West Ham have been in the relegation zone since December the 3rd. So
we was this close to being out.
Well, we was out for 14 minutes. We got our head above ground for 14 minutes, and then we got kicked back down because Forest picked up that result. But look, we know we have to rely on other teams because we're still in the relegation zone and the goal difference is shit. But just a couple more wins, a few more wins, and it'll get us out. And it'll be tight. We're probably only, if we do stay up, it'll only be by a few points. But I don't care as long as we stay up, because we know we spoke about it last week with the financial thing and that. So, we just... I'm just going to enjoy it, mate. Just going to enjoy it tonight.
Yeah, that's it. We can sit and think and look ahead, but let's just live in the moment and think on tonight and enjoy tonight. And let's leave the next game stress for the next game, and just enjoy what we've got.
You can relax when you watch the FA Cup, because as much like if you lose, you're out of the cup. But obviously, I want to win. I want to go through. As you said, if you win that, you're in that'll be the quarterfinals, won't it?
Yeah. One stage away from Wembley. Yeah.
And you're 1 game from Wembley, and then luck of the draw. But I'll sit back. I can be a bit more relaxed watching the Brentford game next week now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. It's one of them. Like I would love to win. I'll be upset if we go out, but it won't be life or death like it feels like in the league. We can go again in the FA Cup next year. We get another go in the FA Cup. So huge. A shout out to Lewis for the $2 Australian super chat. Pablo and Tati's work rate is the difference, 100%. Yeah, and that's the thing. The two, like Tati was everywhere today. Like he was absolutely everywhere. I loved watching him today. He didn't really get off in terms of shots and goals, but the work rate he was doing in winning the ball around the edge of their box. And passing and moving. Bowen weren't always on his wavelength at times with the quick pass and move, but he was everywhere. And having Pablo as well, them two together to play them to the two up top is huge for us. So Pablo coming back can't come sooner.
I agree, mate. And the word of the night we'll end it with is believe.
Believe. Before we also shout out OK jerseys. Nicky 10. Forgot them minutes. I put the thing up. Go get your OK jerseys. 15 quid shirt, £13.50 with the code Nicky 10. So do go and get some West Ham shirts, old and new, internationals, World Cup coming up. Get your England, Ireland, Scotland, Brazil, whoever you want shirts. But yes, do I believe we can get something from Man City? As Ryan said, believe.
That's all you can do.
I believe. So thank you all for watching. Look out for the fan cams. They should be coming soon. And one thing left to say. Come on, you Irons. Come on.